Hi, I'm Mei Wai, and this is the first edition of AGA Frontiers, where we interview chief executive officers and thought leaders operating at the heart of change. Today, we have KL Wong with us. He is the founder and chief executive officer of Hello Pal and BrillKids, as well as the chairman for early education for Every Child Foundation. KL is operating in Hangzhou as well as Hong Kong and has had bold changes in his career, from being an international lawyer in a city law firm, Clifford Chance, to the president of SoftBank Investment. KL is now a technopreneur in Hangzhou. KL, what's it like living and working in Hangzhou and China in general?
Well, I've been living in Hangzhou for the past 5 years, and I've just witnessed firsthand the pace of growth that everyone else hears about. So Hangzhou, as you know, is the land of Alibaba, and so the growth in the technology industry is particularly fast in Hangzhou. So I often kid with my friends, but it's actually not that much kidding when I go to even places like Hong Kong. I actually tell them, hey, Hong Kong, as advanced as you think you are, you're actually starting to feel backwards as compared to areas like Hangzhou and Shenzhen. So, China as a whole has been developing very, very quickly. Not just in Hangzhou, but of course areas like Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. And Shenzhen especially now is part of what China is calling the Greater Bay Area, what used to be called the Pearl River Delta, so encompassing cities like Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Macau, and some other cities around Guangdong. So that's an area which is now going to be even more integrated than before, where you have key areas of industry like finance in Hong Kong, technology in Shenzhen, manufacturing around the other areas of Guangdong, and Macau as an entertainment hub. And this is just one of the latest examples of how China is instituting policy to take China to have even more accelerated growth.
What advice do you have for companies operating outside of China in view of China's rapid technological growth?
Well, my main advice is for companies to welcome change and to not fear change. And for that to happen, it really starts with making sure the mindset is open to change. Because if we look at how China has gotten to where it is today, when China first opened up decades ago, China was obviously very, very far behind, especially compared to the Western world. So it knew that it had to catch up, and there was a long way to go to catch up. So they started by devouring new technology and being very willing to adopt new technology. And that habit has just continued since, even though right now in many areas, I feel China is already way ahead of other countries. But still, to them, they are just hungry to adopt new stuff, hungry to change their lives to an even better state. So, and that's why there is no resistance when new technology is introduced, compared with some other countries which feel they're already very advanced. And they feel, well, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. And what happens is stagnation. They are over content with where they are, and they're not realizing that countries like China, which is open to change and open to adopting new technology, has already surpassed them in many areas. So, again, the most important thing, advice I would give to companies is to make sure that you're open to change and you're willing to adopt, especially like new technology. Yeah.
Thank you. And that brings us to the end of the first segment of AGA Frontiers. Thank you for tuning in.